the three essentials of a golf swing. Even though every single area of the skills that we're talking about excites me, this one is one of your truly great opportunities to tap into the client's resources and their potential. So the three essentials as listed in the Golfing Machine by Homer Kelly are rhythm, balance and a steady head. So let's decide what each of these skills are in the first place. So balance is really regarding, as far as I'm concerned, the center of gravity of our body. So that center of gravity, the more that it stays in the center underneath us, stacked between the balls of our feet and the heels, and also in its height, so in other words in two directions on the ground, i.e. forward, backwards, right foot, left foot, the more it stays right in that center, then the greater the balance will be. What will we get from greater balance? More consistency. And you know, when we talk about those interviews, those 1,500 interviews or more, then without doubt the comment that comes out is, I wish I could be more consistent. And of course there is a lack of understanding in what promotes inconsistency as far as the client is concerned, and there may be many things within the inconsistency. However, we're dealing with one of these applications within these three essentials of a golf swing in balance. So how you can improve it, how you can improve balance while making great rotations is really where most of power generation and consistency of that power generation will occur. Rhythm is simply RPMs, revolutions per minute. Now, what we mean in this effect is that it's rather like the old adage of the ice skater in the center with all the people outside. So the person in the center is turning at a certain speed, but the outside's going massively faster. So it's the coordination of our body with the club head in such a way that it heightens the timing of the golf swing. Now, we're not necessarily talking slower, but we are talking at a speed of turn that we most keep our lever, i.e. if there's a club at the end of this, it's the speed of which we turn that they mostly stay in line and are capable of getting in line for the impact condition. We'll later on talk about how we can involve this in a single technique, but as far as you're concerned, that's rhythm. Within that rhythm, obviously there is a basic suggestion that there's a revolution, that there is a turn, which of course suits us perfectly. The steady head can be interpreted in many ways, but a steady head, rather like the position of our COG, is exactly the same. If that head stays in that space that it starts off at, then that's going to help the balance. It's also going to help the spine angle and tilt. It's also going to aid our eyes being able to get to the inside quarter of the ball, or to set that as a target, and our eyes to be able to then look up and see the target. So the magnificent thing about these three skills is that you don't need to change anybody's golf swing per se to find incredible potential in these three places for playing much better golf. So where will you get these skills? Well, obviously from getting the book, The Golfing Machine, and studying there. You could go and visit thegolfingmachine.com and have a chat with Joe Daniels, who's a dear friend of mine. And he is now, if you like, luckily through COVID, he is now doing online trainings in the level 1 and level 2, which is a fantastic opportunity. You can also come on my 2-day Golfing Machine extravaganza, which is purely an introduction really to Joe and the Golfing Machine. It doesn't pretend, I don't pretend to know anywhere near as much as Homer that wrote the book and Joe that is managing that organisation, but it hopefully excite you and inspire you to want to know more about that. I think that you'll recognise that you have this when you start to avoid swing changes and decide to use these methods because you've done your great question and listening, and you know that that person hasn't got the correct motivation, desire, purpose to make a change and then make sure that it becomes a habit. So I think that you'll recognize that as much as when you start to recognize who your client is. It gets you a really solid approach to game improvement. It helps massively in your ability to help people play better golf on the golf course as well. So this doesn't just work on the driving range, it works on the golf course and can be monitored on the golf course. So this is a truly great opportunity for you to expand in that playing part that has been so sorely missed. And of course, when it comes to not having what it will save you, making unnecessary swing changes that don't fit the goal. And every time we make a swing change, no matter how well equipped we are, how correct we are in what we've chosen, that the cause and effect is linked, no matter that the client has all of the resources on board, every time you enter this field of change, you're almost looking for a miracle each and every time, and it just takes the pressure off that. Now, it also will kind of tell you when you've got the rhythm, the balance and the steady head there, then it also then gives you an opportunity to find out what it is that you should be doing next. So it avoids you any misunderstanding of where and what you should be working on at any place in time. So I'm certainly here to say that knowing the Golf Machine is going to be part of you being an outstanding golf coach, but just these 3 things on their own will help many of you help your clients to play better golf. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.